What's up, everybody? We're here with another video with you guys. I'm speaking a little low right now. I know. Right now I'm making a shoe rack, and basically I think I got the niche of it. I didn't want to make it without having a understanding. So now I know what I'm doing, so now I can talk over it. I could talk and make the shoe rack at the same time. So that's what we're doing here. So yeah, today's topic is consistency and staying consistent with the things that you do, your skills, your goals, your achievements, and anything else you're striving for greatness. All the greats, your Kobe Bryants in the world, your Serena Williams, your Tom Brady's, they all have that same characteristics of consistency. And that's one of the things that we're talking about throughout most of my videos, characteristics of the greats, the professionals, the ones who are the best. What characteristics do all of these greats have in common, and how could we identify them, and how could we use that for our own benefits? So yeah, consistency. Now everyone knows consistency. You have to be consistent with whatever you want to do, but consistency takes, one, we're going to say self-discipline. Discipline is essential for consistency, because those days you don't want to do it, or it just doesn't feel like it's a great day to do something, you have to do it. You got to understand that you have a goal, and you have to set out boundaries throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the years of hanging out, partying, all that good stuff. You have to set boundaries, self-discipline, in order to be consistent. In life, things happen. Unexpected events happen in life, causing us to redirect our schedule or reroute our journey. The late, great Kobe Bryant said it, and I love his analogy he uses. He says he made a contract with himself, and he's not going to break it. And that's essentially what you're doing when you're trying to stay consistent. When you're being consistent, you're making a negotiation, you're making a contract with yourself to say, like, I'm going to wake up and do this every single day, and I'm going to become better every single day. And that's what it takes to be consistent. Now, it's something that I'm still working on as a person myself. Am I the most consistent person? Not yet. Do I have consistent attributes? Do I have consistent elements in my life? I believe so, but they could always be better. So yeah, making that negotiation and understanding that life does throw things at you, but you cannot let the rigorous aspects of life reroute your journey. You can't let life do that. You cannot compromise that contract you made for yourself to stay consistent. Whether it's a diet or waking up early or working out, no girlfriend, no boyfriend, no popularity, fame. Compromise that passion, that goal you made for yourself to stay consistent. The foundation of all of this stems from self-discipline. If you see the common theme for today with consistency, it takes a level of self-discipline, like we said, to gain all these attributes of consistency. Certain days I just don't feel like doing it, or certain days there's that party that everyone's going to, but you have to understand that you have a bigger goal in mind. I was texting one of my friends yesterday, and they said that, they just finished work and school, and they just feel very tired, like they didn't really get nothing done today. But I'm like, you have to look at the bigger picture. You're being consistent at your lifestyle. You're working, you're going to school, and that's leading up to something. Having the end goal in mind of what you're doing everything for also helps you stay consistent, because it does get hard, and we all know it gets hard. Life is, I don't have to sit here and explain that life is hard, because you guys are living in it. You guys are frontline. You see it every day. But the point I'm trying to make is, if we keep the end goal in mind, it will help us make better decisions with temptations. Like I said, parties or fame or money, or you just don't feel like doing work today. So keeping the end goal in mind helps with consistency, in my opinion. Another thing with consistency is you have to set boundaries for yourself. All right, so if you know that ice cream is your weakness and you're on a diet, and if you go to an aisle, you're at the grocery shop and you're hungry, just don't go to the ice cream aisle. You know, you have to set boundaries for yourself. If you know the ice cream aisle is on aisle 15, you know, once we get to aisle 14, it's either going to make a U-turn or we're just going to go straight past 15. You know, you got to put yourself in position to be consistent as well. You know, temptations are very hard to overcome, and that is something that you would want to try to avoid. Setting boundaries for yourself and understanding that, all right, bet this is something that I have a weakness with, I have to not do it. So you have to put yourself in position to be consistent. If you are in friend groups that make it hard for you to be consistent, maybe you need to refrain from being around them. If you are in areas where it's hard for you to be consistent, you have to refrain from being in that area, you know? So your lifestyle has to be consistent with your goals. Because when your lifestyle is consistent with your goals, you're less likely to trip up on temptations. You probably don't even have as many temptations when your lifestyle is consistent with your goals. Just avoid it all in all. You know, I try to put myself in position where temptation is not a thing around me. So take that with a grain of salt. Put yourself in position where you're less likely to make mistakes. Because when you're less likely to make mistakes, the ball's in your court. And when the ball's in your court, you could be consistent with what you have to do. So it takes, like I said, it takes a level of self-discipline to identify these traits, you know, because life is hard, like we said. You don't want to override a contract you made with yourself. I think I messed this up a little bit. Let me see. I got to put this here. Yeah. I think we're missing some, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh, we're not missing. I think these go... Okay, I did these completely wrong. Okay, I see. Put yourself in position, man, to be successful. I mean, consistency, of course, is on you, but be strategic. Be very strategic with your plans and your routes and your goals and how you're going to maneuver being consistent. If I know I have a certain weakness, I'm going to make sure my schedule is the exact opposite of my weakness, or I don't even see my weakness, you know? If I have an ice cream weakness and I'm trying to lose weight or a lean physique, I'll do things like not go to a restaurant next to ice cream place because I'm more likely to try to get ice cream after eating at that restaurant. Not necessarily being scared, but that's like being strategic and being smart. You're planning ahead, you're seeing ahead. I know I have a weakness of going right, so I'm gonna make sure I go left or straight, you know, avoiding to go right. That's the whole concept of consistency, man. Having a self-discipline to understand that there's certain avenues in life that just is inevitable, it's just gonna happen, and you cannot break that promise to yourself of being consistent. You know, very like January 1st, everybody have self-improvement goals for themselves, and by like February, March, it's completely abandoned, not even done no more. That consistency is just gone, and you ask yourself, all right, why did they just stop doing it? Well, life happens. The biggest part of the year, it just so happens to be in March. The biggest promotion of your job, and you have to compromise the contract you made with yourself. There's plenty of things life throws at you that makes you compromise your negotiation you had for yourself. So being 10 toes strong with that contract you made for yourself is the hard part. You know, everybody wants to be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Who's really being 2 feet in on one side, you know? That's the hard part. And it's something I struggled with in my past. I'm much better at it now. But yeah, man, you just have to be 10 toes. It's something that there's no room for negotiation, and it's a very unpopular opinion. You know, a lot of people won't see the vision, of course, but at the same time, a lot of people won't understand your goals because it's your goals. You know, I'm not going to sit here and talk about my goals to 100 people and they're just gonna be like, yeah, I heard that before. Of course you heard it before. I mean, to their perspective, it's nothing unusual, but to me, it's very unusual. The way I want to do things is unusual because it's my life, you know? So you have to do things that are very unpopular to maintain and stay grounded with whatever your goals is. So consistency, like I said, it's a level of self-discipline, and it's hard. Trust me, it is hard. So I hope today's content was good. I hope it was very understandable for you guys. I try to keep my content very digestible, very minimalist, very simple for you guys to understand. I don't like to try to complicate things. I don't even like complicated things. You know, I like to make things nice and simple. So if my videos are not nice and simple and it's very hard to understand, please let me know. Like I said, we're a community, we're a family, so we need to communicate with each other. Whatever topics you guys want to talk about, let's do it. You know, I'm all for it. I have a vault of topics that I want to get through, of course. So, yeah, man, each video is progress of becoming a better speaker, a better editor, a better videographer. But yeah, man, I did this shoe rack completely opposite from the picture, so I'm going to try to refix it. I'll update you guys in the next video how the shoe rack goes. Yeah.